Her best friend had planned on finishing a degree studying abroad. Jacqueline, or Jack as I called her, completed 2 years of study in Tokyo, Japan, when an abrupt rattling event occurred. She stayed home sick from school for the day and planned on a bedridden schedule when she felt a small tremor moving through her apartment. Okay, this is normal for Japan, Jack thought. Though it was the first time she experienced a quake, she brushed off the minor shaking, and soon enough, several more tremors shook the area, and she thought again, this is normal. Sitting on her bed, the quake continued and became increasingly violent. At this point, she was scared. The house began to shake uncontrollably. Items were falling off shelves. Dressers and things were being shaken out of cupboards. Fully terrified at this point, Jack raised her laptop over her head to shield herself from breaking and falling furniture and ceiling tiles. Glass shattered in the other room. Furniture fell to the floor, and doors shook out of their hinges. All immigrants and citizens of Japan had been warned of an oncoming major quake for decades, though little did anyone suspect that it would hit at all during their lifetime or their stay in the country. Little did Jack know she was experiencing the largest earthquake in East Asia's last century of recorded seismic activity. The quake as a single experience was frightening, but the weeks that followed proved to be the worst. Warnings broadcasted on the news stated several more large quakes were likely to follow. Over the next 2 weeks, markets were cleaned out, water was hard to come by, and Jack, still sick with the cold, was thrown into constant discomfort. The long weeks were lived in the basement with her roommates, with little sleep due to the continual tremor. They lived on edge, ready to jump up and run to safety at all times. Tokyo and the surrounding area was at a standstill. Everyone was living the way the people of this single shared experience lived. If not, they were in worse conditions. Almost a month into disaster, the U.S. Embassy and other foreign embassies stationed in Japan sent a warning to immigrants within the nation. Immigrants were urged to leave due to the dramatic change in living conditions and radiation damage from the affected nuclear power plant. Schools released their students and sent them packing. There was nothing else to do. Jack had no way of knowing how to help, even if she could, so she went home with her cold. Talking about the experience now, Jack is animated in discussion. It was a terrifying time for her, being out of her home country with no family, and then suddenly thrown into a life-changing, literally shaking event. But she was glad to have experienced the big quake. Learning from the experience, she's glad to be alive, and would not take for granted what she has now and what she had before. Jack sees a richness in life, and is fully aware of how suddenly life as we know it can be ripped away. Her roommates brought her through disaster, and even the people of her neighborhood pitched in to help her and the others around them. Life and community, those are things she treasures now.